The GPS said, "Turn left in 200 feet" when the first bomb went off. Marcus Rivera was reaching for the kebab order in his passenger seat, thinking about his next delivery, when the terrorist cell struck downtown Seattle. What they didn't know was that the Uber Eats driver caught in their attack zone used to specialize in hunting people exactly like them. And tonight, while protecting innocent civilians, he was about to remember why Navy SEAL Team 6 never forgets how to fight back. Welcome to Hidden Legends. Before we continue with this extraordinary story, tell me in the comments which city you're watching from today. And if you believe real stories like this should be told, hit that subscribe button. For Marcus Rivera, this was just the last delivery of the day. He had been working as an Uber Eats driver in Seattle for 18 months. Every day about 25 to 30 orders, every month approximately $3,000 earnings, rent, groceries, car payment, enough to maintain an ordinary life. Nobody looked at him twice. He was an invisible man with a thermal bag looking at his phone. Customers just called him Delivery Guy. When they opened the door, they said thank you, closed the door, forgot him. Some tipped, some didn't. Marcus never complained. He didn't talk. He just did his job. But Marcus's past was far from ordinary. From 2010 to 2018, he served in Navy SEAL Team 6. 8 years, 47 operations, 12 countries. He had been in the Osama bin Laden operation, hunted ISIS leaders, carried out America's most secret missions in the world's most dangerous places. But everything changed in 2018. His last operation in Afghanistan. Intelligence was lacking, an ambush was set, 3 of his team were wounded. Marcus had attacked the enemy position alone to save his friends. He succeeded, but the price was heavy. Partial hearing loss in his left ear from IED explosion, shrapnel pieces in his right leg, and worst of all, PTSD. Doctors had healed his body, but the war in his mind continued. Night terrors, startling at sudden sounds, avoiding crowded places. After receiving medical discharge from military, he had moved to Seattle. Big city, anonymous life, a place where nobody asked questions. Uber Eats driving was the perfect job. He worked alone, at his own pace, no excessive human interaction. He played calm music in his car, toured the city, completed simple tasks. It was a form of therapy. That Friday evening had also started normally. Order from Tony's Mediterranean Grill, lamb kebab, hummus, pita bread. Customer name, Sarah Chen. Address, apartment in building on Pine Street. 12-minute drive, $8 earnings, part of routine. Marcus picked up the order, put it in his car, opened GPS. The route was familiar, through downtown to residential area. Traffic was light, but no problem. Traffic flowed smoothly in Seattle at night. But that night was different. At 9:23 p.m., everything changed. Marcus was approaching Pine Street when the explosion sound came. At first he thought it was subwoofer bass, but then he saw glass pieces. Tony's Mediterranean Grill's windows had shattered. The second explosion was bigger. The third followed. Marcus's brain immediately went into analysis mode. Coordinated explosions, IED pattern, multiple blast points, planned attack. This was a terrorist operation. GPS continued saying, "Turn left," but Marcus turned off GPS. Now, a different navigation system was in effect. War experience. He parked his car, didn't turn off the engine, always keep exit route open, left thermal bag on passenger seat. Sarah Chen's kebab was no longer priority. He scanned the surroundings. Downtown area, multiple buildings, civilian populated. Explosion source, Tony's restaurant. Secondary blasts, 200 meters north, 300 meters east. Triangle formation, classic terrorist cell pattern. Tinnitus started in Marcus's ear. Battle stress reaction. But training kicked in. Breath control, situational awareness, threat assessment. There was panic on the street. People screaming, running, cars crashing, normal chaos and terror attack. But Marcus's eye looked for different details. Coordinated movement, armed individuals, secondary attack preparation. Spotted. 3 armed men, 100 meters ahead. AK-47 style weapons, military style tactical gear but amateur coordination. Domestic cell, not foreign operatives. Marcus had a choice. Drive away, stay civilian, wait for police response. Or Fourth explosion. Closer this time. Decision made. Marcus opened the car trunk, hidden compartment under spare tire. Inside, Glock 19, 2 extra magazines, tactical knife, emergency medical kit. Old habits die hard. Equipment check, 3 seconds. Tactical planning, 5 seconds. Civilian evacuation route assessment, 2 seconds. Total preparation time, 10 seconds. Marcus, wearing Uber Eats uniform, thermal bag on shoulder, but now also gun in hand. Cover story, panicked delivery driver. Reality, Navy SEAL back in action. Approach route, side street, use parked cars as cover, flank leftmost terrorist. Standard urban warfare tactics. First terrorist, call sign Alpha, was reloading. Amateur mistake. Marcus moved silent, stayed low. Distance closed, 50 meters, 40, 30. Alpha didn't notice Marcus until too late. Marcus delivered knife hand strike to neck, weapon disarm, choke hold applied. Alpha unconscious in 8 seconds. Professional, quiet, efficient, weapon acquired, a K-47 with half magazine. Marcus checked ammo count, 15 rounds remaining. Second terrorist, Bravo, was firing random shots into store windows. Psychological terror, not strategic targeting. Marcus positioned behind concrete pillar, 25 meters distance. Single shot, center mass. Bravo down. Third terrorist, Charlie, heard gunshot, turned toward Marcus's position. Charlie was smarter than others, took cover, returned suppressive fire. Marcus evaluated. Charlie had tactical training. Movement patterns showed some military background. This would be harder. Flanking maneuver initiated. Marcus used delivery van as mobile cover, approached from blind spot. Charlie didn't expect movement during firefight. Close quarters engagement. Marcus, trained in hand-to-hand combat, disarmed Charlie with knife defense technique learned in Coronado. Charlie restrained, zip-tied with emergency restraints from medical kit. Situation report, 3 hostiles neutralized, 0 civilian casualties visible. Multiple wounded need medical attention. Marcus's training protocols continued. Secure area, establish perimeter, provide medical aid, wait for backup. Police sirens could be heard in distance, but Marcus was already transitioning back to civilian mode. Glock secured, AK-47 cleared, terrorist weapons collected for evidence. Witnesses started approaching. Marcus, back in Uber Eats driver persona. A middle-aged woman, probably restaurant customer, approached nervously and asked if he was okay, what had happened. Marcus calmly told her he was delivering food when explosion happened, that police and ambulance were coming, and she should get to safety. When she asked about the men with guns, Marcus looked at neutralized terrorists and simply said they weren't going anywhere. Police would handle them. Seattle PD arrived 4 minutes later. SWAT team, bomb squad, paramedics. Standard terror response protocol. Detective Sarah Rodriguez, first officer on scene, approached Marcus. She asked him to tell her what he witnessed. Marcus gave standard civilian statement. He told her he was making food delivery when explosions started, saw armed men, stayed hidden until police arrived. Rodriguez looked at crime scene. 3 suspects, professionally restrained, weapons secured, no civilian casualties. She noted this was very clean takedown, almost like professional law enforcement response. Marcus maintained civilian cover, suggesting maybe they heard each other fighting that he didn't know. He was hiding. Rodriguez was suspicious, but had no evidence linking Marcus to takedown. Witnesses confirmed. Delivery driver stayed low during attack. Police handled terrorists. Medical examiner arrived, checked terrorists. 1 unconscious with neck trauma, 1 gunshot wound non-fatal, 1 restrained with professional zip tie technique. The examiner reported to Rodriguez that this takedown showed advanced training, military or law enforcement background, precise, non-lethal when possible, professional restraint techniques. Rodriguez looked at Marcus again, asking his name. Marcus identified himself as Marcus Rivera, Uber Eats driver. When asked about his background, Marcus hesitated. Cover blown or maintained civilian story? He told her he worked delivery, that was all. Rodriguez didn't buy it, but couldn't prove anything. She informed him they would need formal statement at station, that he was key witness. Marcus agreed to whatever would help. News media arrived while Marcus gave statement. Local reporter Jennifer Walsh interviewed witnesses. She asked them to describe what happened that night. Witness testimonies varied. Explosion, gunfire, chaos. But one detail was consistent. Mysterious Good Samaritan who helped before police arrived. Restaurant customer Tom Bradley told the reporter there was this delivery guy who was just delivering food. Then explosion happened. But somehow those terrorists ended up caught before police arrived. It was like magic. Walsh investigated further, asking about the delivery guy, if anyone got his name. Multiple witnesses mentioned Uber Eats driver, but descriptions were vague. Marcus successfully stayed low profile. Story that emerged: terrorist cell attacked downtown Seattle, professional law enforcement response, neutralize threat quickly, minimal casualties. Hero of the night remained anonymous. Marcus completed police statement, got clearance to leave, drove home to small apartment, thermal bag still in car with Sarah Chen's cold kebab. At home, Marcus sat in silence. First combat situation since Afghanistan. Muscle memory perfect, training intact, mission successful. But psychological cost heavy. PTSD symptoms kicked in, racing heartbeat, flashback images, hypervigilance. Marcus took prescribed medication, started breathing exercises learned in therapy. Next morning, local news coverage everywhere. Terror attack stopped by unknown hero. National media picked up story. Seattle mayor praised quick response that saved lives. Marcus watched news quietly. Terrorists identified. Domestic cell, anti-government extremists, planned coordinated attack on soft targets. If successful, could have killed dozens. His phone buzzed. Uber Eats notification, new delivery request, back to work, back to normal life, back to being invisible delivery driver. But that night changed something in Marcus. Purpose rediscovered. Skills utilized for protection, not destruction. Maybe civilian life didn't mean abandoning everything military taught him. Week later, Marcus got message on Uber app. Customer note asked if he was the driver who was downtown during attack last Friday. Marcus hesitated, then replied that, yes, he was working that night. Customer response came quickly, explaining her daughter was in that restaurant. She was alive because someone stopped those men before police arrived. And if that someone was him, thank you. Marcus stared at message for a long time, then typed back that he just delivered food, but he was glad her daughter was safe. Customer left 5-star rating and comment, more than just a delivery driver, community hero. Other customers started requesting Marcus specifically. Word spread quietly. Uber Eats driver who was downtown that night, somehow special, somehow different. Marcus's delivery route expanded. Customers offered bigger tips, asked how he was doing, treated him like family member rather than service provider. Sarah Chen, original kebab customer, finally got her delivery. Marcus arrived next day with fresh order, apologized for delay. She told him she heard about attack near restaurant, that he must have been terrified. Marcus looked at her. Young woman, probably grad student, reminded him of little sister back home. He told her sometimes dangerous things happen. Important thing was everyone stayed safe. Sarah studied his face, something familiar about his calm demeanor, confident presence. She asked if they had met before, that he seemed different from other delivery drivers. Marcus smiled slightly, saying no, he just took his job seriously, that protecting customers was part of service. Word protecting stuck with Sarah. Delivery drivers bring food, they don't protect customers, unless... That night, Sarah researched news coverage of terrorist attack. Details emerged. Professional takedown, military-style operation, anonymous hero who disappeared before police interviews. Sarah connected dots. Marcus Rivera, Uber Eats driver, downtown that night. Unusual confidence and competence. Could quiet delivery man be mysterious hero? Sarah decided to test theory. Next food order, she added special request to knock 3 times, wait 5 seconds, then knock twice. Marcus arrived, read note, looked at Sarah suspiciously, asking if this was some kind of security protocol. Sarah replied, maybe, depends who was asking. Marcus evaluated situation. Customer obviously intelligent, possibly figured out his involvement. Options, deny everything, maintain cover, or trust her. He told her he delivered food, that was all he could tell her. Sarah smiled, saying she understood, and she wanted him to know. Whatever he did or didn't do last Friday, this community was grateful. Marcus nodded slowly. Cover still intact, but message received. Months passed. Marcus continued Uber Eats work but quietly watched for suspicious activity during deliveries. Eyes and ears for law enforcement, unofficial guardian angel for Seattle neighborhoods. Police Detective Rodriguez continued investigating terrorist attack. Evidence pointed to highly skilled intervention, but no leads on identity. Case remained open. Rodriguez started noticing pattern. Areas where Marcus delivered food had lower crime rates. Coincidence? Or something else? One night, Rodriguez waited outside Tony's Mediterranean Grill, now rebuilt and reopened. Marcus arrived for pickup. Rodriguez approached, saying they met again. Marcus stayed calm, asking how he could help her. She told him she had been thinking about their conversation that night. Something didn't add up. Marcus reminded her he told her everything he knew. Rodriguez studied him, asking how long he had been delivery driver. Marcus replied 18 months. When asked about before that, Marcus said various jobs, nothing interesting. Rodriguez pulled out tablet, showed Marcus surveillance footage from attack night. Video grainy, but showed figure moving tactical, engaging terrorists professionally. She explained this person moved like military, professional training obvious, and coincidentally, only delivery driver on scene was him. Marcus watched footage, his movement patterns clearly visible to trained eye. He told the detective he didn't know what she was suggesting. Rodriguez leaned closer, saying she was suggesting whoever stopped those terrorists saved dozen lives, and she thought that person deserved recognition, not investigation. Marcus looked at Rodriguez differently. Understanding, not suspicion. He said hypothetically, if someone did help that night, maybe they preferred staying anonymous. Rodriguez agreed hypothetically, saying maybe that someone should know. Seattle PD appreciated citizens who stepped up when needed. Message clear. Rodriguez knew, but wouldn't pursue. Professional courtesy between warriors. Marcus nodded. Rodriguez handed him business card, saying if he ever decided civilian life wasn't enough, SPD could use someone with his delivery skills. Marcus pocketed card, thanking her and saying he would consider it. Rodriguez drove away. Marcus finished food pickup, returned to delivery route, but seed planted, maybe there were other ways to serve community beyond food delivery. Late that night, Marcus's phone rang. Unknown number. Voice asked for Marcus Rivera. Marcus confirmed, asking who was calling. The caller identified himself as Commander James Patterson, Navy SEAL Team 6, saying they needed to talk. Marcus's blood chilled. How did Team Commander get his number? Marcus said he thought there was wrong person. The commander told Marcus they knew about Seattle incident. Tactical analysis of surveillance footage was conclusive. His fingerprints, movement patterns, operational methodology, all matched. Marcus remained silent, cover completely blown. The commander continued, explaining Marcus wasn't in trouble. They were calling because there was situation developing. Domestic terror cells planning coordinated attacks on West Coast. Intel suggested Seattle was test run. Marcus reminded him he was retired, medical discharge. Commander acknowledged retirement didn't erase training, and sometimes country needed soldiers in unexpected places. Marcus proved that last month. Marcus considered. Back to active duty, or continue quiet civilian life? He asked what they were asking of him. Commander explained off-the-books consultation, help identify and neutralize terror cells, use delivery driver cover for surveillance and intelligence gathering, unofficial, deniable, voluntary. Marcus looked out window. Seattle skyline, peaceful night, innocent civilians sleeping safely. Because sometimes good men stand guard. Marcus asked when they would start. Commander replied, tomorrow, new mission, same purpose, protect innocent people. Welcome back to war, soldier. Marcus hung up. Uber Eats uniform hanging in closet, thermal bag on kitchen counter, tools of one trade, but basement safe had tools of another. Marcus Rivera, food delivery driver by day, Navy SEAL by night, guardian angel in civilian clothes. Seattle didn't know they had protector watching from delivery car, but Marcus knew. And sometimes that was enough. Some warriors retire from battlefield, others just change uniform. Marcus found purpose serving community a new way. One delivery, one mission, one life saved at a time. Tonight, Seattle orders food for dinner. Marcus delivers it safely. Because in this city, Uber Eats driver does more than bring meals. He brings peace of mind. Now, I ask you, Have you ever encountered someone like Marcus, someone who appears ordinary but acts when critical moment comes, someone with hidden past? Write their name in comments, share their story. Because here at Hidden Legends, we believe most powerful stories don't shout, they continue serving silently. Marcus's story shows us heroes aren't always in uniform. Sometimes they appear with delivery bags, sometimes in most ordinary jobs. If this story moved you, subscribe, share, and help keep these legends alive. We'll see you in next video. Until then, look twice at couriers bringing food to your door, because they might just be delivering food, or they might be ensuring your safety.